You know the feeling. You just hosted a fantastic event. The energy was electric, people made great connections, your team just absolutely crushed it. But then what happens the day after? More often than not, all that amazing momentum just kind of vanishes. So today, we're going to dive into a really powerful way to solve one of the biggest headaches in event marketing. How do you actually get value from your event after the lights go down?
Okay, let's just think about this for a second. On one hand, you've got your digital marketing funnel. I mean, it is a sophisticated, data-driven machine, right? It's optimized, it's nurturing every single lead. But then you look at your event funnel and, well, it's often kind of broken. The follow-up is generic, and all those leads you work so hard to get, they're mostly just ignored. There's this huge, glaring disconnect.
And this leads us to, honestly, a pretty tough question. Events are almost always the most expensive part of your marketing budget. We're talking tens, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars. So why is it that the follow-up, the part that's actually supposed to capture the ROI, is so often just an afterthought? It really points to a massive gap in strategy.
And that leads us right in to what we can call the event ROI paradox. Your team puts in an incredible amount of work to create this amazing experience. But the moment it's over, the vast majority of that potential value, it just disappears into thin air.
And I'm sure this all looks painfully familiar. Your great meeting you email gets totally lost in a sea of identical messages. And attendees' attention just plummets as they get back to their real job. You lose that mind share you paid a premium for, like, instantly. And the result? Those warm leads you met? They suddenly ghost your sales team. It's just a frustrating and really expensive cycle.
So how do you break out of that cycle? Well, the solution is in a really interesting strategic shift. You transform an asset you already have, your event photos, from just a static memory into a dynamic, powerful tool for engagement and for building pipeline.
The whole key here is to build what's been missing all along, a true post-event engagement funnel. Now, this isn't just about sending a couple of emails. No, this is a dedicated system. It uses personalized content to pull attendees back in, it tracks who's actually showing interest, and it systematically turns that engagement into a measurable sales pipeline. And this is exactly where a tool like Kampfire puts that strategy into motion. It takes all your event photography and creates personalized, unique albums for every single person who attended. It turns a simple photo into this delightful personal touchpoint that re-engages them right at the peak of their emotional connection to your event. It's brilliant.
So let's look at how this actually works. You might be thinking, okay, this sounds complicated or time-consuming, but the whole system is actually built for automation. It's designed to fit right into the way you already do things.
It's really just a simple four-step process. First, you brand the whole photo album experience, and you add interactive calls to action, things like a quick survey or a requested demo button. Second, you share thousands of unique, personalized albums with just one click. Third, this is where the magic happens. Attendees get these amazing photos of themselves, and they actually interact with your content. And finally, you just analyze the data. You see exactly who's engaging and how.
And this is probably the most crucial part. This requires zero additional workflow. Seriously, it's not another app for your team to learn or some new clunky process to implement. It just runs seamlessly in the background. It talks to your existing systems, and it just delivers results.
Okay, so the idea is great, but does it actually work? This is where we move from potential ROI to, proven performance, with some real numbers to back it all up. The impact is, pretty clear when you look at the numbers. A typical post-event email campaign, you might get a 20% response rate if you're lucky. With this personalized approach, that rate jumps to over 45%. You're literally more than doubling your engagement just by giving people a more personal and delightful experience.
But it's not just about clicks and opens, right? That higher engagement translates directly to the bottom line. What we're seeing is that teams using this approach get, on average, a 2x increase in converting those re-engaged attendees into qualified sales and marketing leads. That's huge.
And these results are backed up by some major industry leaders. Just listen to Marco Santiago, the global director of events at IHG Hotels and Resorts. He points out not just the exciting engagement, but that feeling of, why didn't we do this sooner? That is some powerful proof right there. So let's kind of wrap things up by looking at the big picture. Because this isn't just another marketing tool. It actually creates a whole new and way better experience for everyone involved. This slide really just breaks it down perfectly. Your attendees are happier because you're extending that amazing emotional impact of the event. Your sales team gets this incredible visibility into who is actually showing buying intent. You get free social media reach as people share their awesome photos and become brand ambassadors for you. And the kicker? You get all of this with zero extra work for your team. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. Forget about those typical 20% response rates. Just imagine for a second. What if you could truly re-engage almost half of your attendees after your single biggest marketing investment of the year? What would that tangible lift in your pipeline and your ROI actually be worth to your business?